Mastering your emotions. Through Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius once said, "Another person cannot hurt you without your cooperation. You are hurt the moment you believe yourself to be." In Stoicism, events are seen as objective, neither inherently good nor bad. It's your interpretation of the event that either disturbs you or brings you peace. As Marcus Aurelius also stated in Meditations, you always have the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or trouble your soul over things you can't control. The truth is, things are not asking to be judged by you. So, leave them alone. When will you stop choosing to be sad or unhappy? The Stoic view on emotional control. The Stoics understood that our emotional reality is shaped by choice, by how we perceive the world. You can choose to see setbacks as unfair blows and dwell in a state of sadness, or you can view them as opportunities for growth and learning. The same event can lead to entirely different experiences, depending on your mental strength. This is why the Stoic principle, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, holds so much power. Lesson 1. The art of Stoic emotional resilience. Why do emotions sometimes seem to control us, rather than the other way around? The Stoics offered a compelling answer. It's not the emotions themselves that unsettle us, but our judgments about them. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This idea leads us to the Stoic practice of emotional resilience. The Stoics believed emotions were a product of our judgments. This means we have the ability to recalibrate our responses by changing our perceptions. The first step is to recognize that your initial reaction isn't the final word on your emotional response. Take a moment to reflect. How often do you find yourself reacting instantly, without pausing? The Stoic method involves taking a breath between the event and your reaction, allowing you to respond with a clear, rational mind instead of impulsive emotion. Imagine facing life's challenges with a calm, untroubled heart. This isn't an unreachable ideal, but a practical reality, accessible through disciplined Stoic thought. It requires consistent effort to examine and manage the beliefs behind your emotional reactions. Have you ever considered what lies beneath your emotional responses? Often, it's a deeply held belief or judgment that you can unearth and question. The Stoics teach that by understanding the cause of our emotions, we can start to moderate their effects. How do you currently deal with negative emotions? Stoic practice. Cognitive distancing. A key technique is cognitive distancing, viewing your emotions as if from an outsider's perspective. This helps reduce their intensity and allows you to respond more rationally. Think about a time when a shift in perspective transformed a difficult situation for you. That's Stoic resilience in action. Each emotional experience becomes a lesson in self-awareness and self-improvement. What can you do today to start mastering your emotions? Start with journaling. Begin with a simple but powerful practice. Journaling. Each day, write down moments where your emotions felt overwhelming and explore alternative ways to perceive those situations. Over time, this practice helps cultivate a more rational and controlled response. The Stoics didn't just philosophize about emotional resilience, they lived it. By integrating these practices into our daily lives, we can start to experience the profound stability and contentment that come from Stoic emotional mastery. Lesson 2. Managing anger. With the Stoic mindset, anger is often viewed as one of the most powerful and destructive emotions. It clouds judgment, drives impulsive decisions, and leaves a trail of regret in its wake. The Stoics saw anger as something we must actively work to control, rather than something we should allow to control us. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "Anger, an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured." Stoicism teaches that anger doesn't solve problems, it only deepens them. So, how do we manage it? The first step in handling anger is recognizing it for what it is, an emotional reaction based on our judgments about what has occurred. It's essential to pause and ask, why am I reacting this way? Is my anger justified, or am I letting it dictate my response? The Stoic approach to anger: pause and reflect. When you feel anger rising, apply the Stoic practice of pausing before reacting. This space between feeling and response allows you to regain control over your emotions. Instead of letting anger lead you down a destructive path, pause, reflect, and choose a response aligned with reason. Think of anger as a test of your mental strength. In this moment of frustration, you have the power to practice the Stoic art of restraint, channeling your energy into a calm and thoughtful response, rather than a knee-jerk reaction. Cognitive shifts: seeing anger as an opportunity. Marcus Aurelius also noted that obstacles, including emotions like anger, present opportunities for growth. When faced with an aggravating situation, view it as a chance to strengthen your emotional resilience. Ask yourself, how can I use this moment to practice patience and wisdom? By shifting your perspective on anger, from seeing it as an uncontrollable force to a challenge you can rise above, you cultivate emotional mastery. Each time you successfully manage your anger, you reinforce the Stoic principle that your mind, not external events, is where your true power lies. Lesson 3. The power of acceptance in Stoicism. Another crucial concept in Stoic philosophy is acceptance. The Stoics believed that much of our suffering comes from resisting reality, fighting against what is beyond our control. This resistance only magnifies our frustration, anger, and sadness. Epictetus, a key Stoic thinker, wisely said, "Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life." By accepting the world as it is, without demanding that it conform to our desires or expectations, we free ourselves from unnecessary emotional turmoil. This doesn't mean passivity or resignation. It means understanding what is within our control and what is not. Acceptance doesn't mean indifference. It means peace. Acceptance doesn't mean we stop caring or become indifferent. Rather, it means we focus our energy on what we can control: our thoughts, our actions, our responses. By releasing our need to control external events, we embrace a state of inner peace. Imagine facing setbacks or disappointments with calm acceptance instead of frustration. This is the Stoic approach, welcoming whatever comes your way as material for growth and letting go of the emotional burden of trying to change the unchangeable. The daily practice of Stoicism. The Stoics believed that mastery over emotions is not something you achieve overnight. It's the result of daily practice. Each day presents opportunities to practice Stoic resilience, whether it's a minor irritation or a major challenge. Here are a few daily practices you can integrate into your life. Morning reflection. Start your day by mentally preparing for the challenges you might face. Anticipate obstacles and remind yourself of the Stoic principles that will guide you through them with grace. Evening journaling. At the end of each day, reflect on how you responded to the events that tested your emotions. Did you pause before reacting? Did you manage to view setbacks as opportunities for growth? Mindful breathing. When emotions rise, take a deep breath. Use that moment of pause to regain control and approach the situation with a calm mind. Cognitive distancing. Throughout the day, practice viewing your emotions as separate from you. Observe them from an outsider's perspective and see how this shift reduces their intensity. Conclusion. The journey to emotional mastery. Through Stoicism, we learn that emotional mastery isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about understanding them, reframing them, and ultimately transforming them. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. The Stoics believed that every challenge, every setback, and every emotional experience offers an opportunity for growth. By mastering our perceptions and controlling our judgments, we can navigate life's ups and downs with grace, resilience, and unwavering strength. As you continue your journey toward emotional mastery, remember, you hold the power over your mind, and with that power, you can find strength, peace, and an unshakable sense of self.